Be you. Here we go. Now what I gotta do to get these people to like me already know they singing don't like me. They all teaming up to form a gang just to spite me. Talk crazy, but they won't music fight me. You put your kids in front of the camera. No spite me. Here's a tip. Just do the right thing. We can make a movie, but that would be frightening. The kill they like it. Nah, chill, I don't play that. I already got and came back. Tried out my image, they can't frame that. I make art and brush about sentence made back. No, did it when I hit like take that, I'm from the era. That made crap. It's the unit and y'all ain't that. Look, I'ma tell you again. Music, I don't play that. I already died and came back. Yeah, you can't kill what's already there. I'm music, busy living while they crave for my pettiness. They said I ran out of steam. I got plenty left. Everybody, music, wants smoke. I smoke for many men. Is the unit. I said it's the unit. That you said come do it. I'll be patiently waiting. Prove it. Gee, they tried to use my name like a trampoline. Got the family back together. Thought they'd be thanking me. Last time, remember, music, the whole family thing was just a TV hustle. But behind the scenes gets a little toxic. Not to gossip, but didn't your wife try to get into boxing? Didn't your son tell you, music, that you're not him? Now all of a sudden this family stop it. Kill who? You can't kill what's already dead. Music, I'm busy living while they crave my pettiness. They said I ran out of steam. I got plenty left. Everybody won't smoke. I smoke for many men. Is the unit. I said it's the music unit. That you said come do it. I'll be patiently waiting to prove it. Gee. Screaming. He was a crab in a bar with an Eminem. Victim. Fade himself famous by claiming he was a victim. His claim to fame was I got shot 9 times. But the truth is he only got shot 5 times. He lied because he wanted to get shot more than Tupac. Lame choice. Game boys. Gee, you not. Queens don't respect you. They know you a joke. You clown. You from Queens. But pay bronze __ to hold you down. You even hate on your own crew. Why you be dissing Banks? Is it cause he nicer than you? Because you just a snake. Try to take Mayweather money. Put you in your place. Heard that story about how Floyd punched you in your face. Been 6 months and shot. You never been upstate. Biblica tossed your salad. She had a face. Black Child poked you up. Left you with the shakes. Bruno Carballo white chain and ended up with a case. When he got shot, they tried to take his face off. That __ jaw was wired up like Jake Paul. When I seen his first movie, I knew he was fake. His man pulled out the gun, was ready for straight wall. He said we gonna get him another way. Freight crawled. __ shot you up and all you want to do is make songs. You diabetic. Take care of yourself. You getting older. If they amputate you, I hope it's your head from your shoulders. I'm not concerned. How much money can Curtis show? 'Cause he bankrupt. So mathematically Curtis older. Only Curtis we respecting hip-hop is Curtis Low. But the question is how much Curtis Slow pause seeing a picture of you smiling, holding the dildo talk, all that gangster talk. But is it real though? That's why you say get the strap. I didn't catch on when 50 say get. Your strap, you mean get the strap on, you need therapy, that's the answer. Not mental therapy, chemotherapy, you a cancer, that's your horoscope. Before you came out, New York was jokes, all the gods was whip flooded with bars. And close first snake the game to Young Buff with your artist disrespected Banks cause he wanted time when his father broke. Your own son protected his mother, did what his father won't. Disrespect your homies. Why you cut all of your partners broke? You ain't this Eminem. He is slave master. You're a joke. Tony Montana voice. I just step on you. You talk. Music, welcome back. Because this got messy fast. Just hours ago, Mino from the Let's Rap About It podcast dropped his 50 Cent diss track, Bleed Like Us, with lines like, only black man, no white man is your enemy. And shots saying, only white kid from the suburbs think 50 is a gangster. That track had social media buzzing with people saying 50 out here repeating what we've been saying all along, and these dudes starting to repeat themselves. T.I. already got the job done. That take got checked fast. Music, people shot back saying, nah, T and his kids copied stuff that was already said to 50 before. And that everybody keeps pushing the same corny angle, including Papoose too. And that whole reaction was tied to Pap's first 50 Cent diss track, which already had the internet looking sideways. Then Papoose came back with another disc, and music once again threw Eminem's name into the mix. That instantly had people raising eyebrows online because every time M gets mentioned, music, the drama jumps higher. Now 50 Cent has reacted to both diss tracks in his own slick way. And it all starts with Papoose dropping Agent Provocator at Music 50. Now here are some of the highlights from that track. And some of these lines had people, music, talking. Papoose opens up swinging with bars like he was a crab in a barrel until Eminem picked music him. Basically saying 50 built his name by playing the victim story. That line alone had folks online debating heavy because bringing M into the middle of this drama instantly gets attention. Then Pap starts running through a list of accusations tied to old rap history. Music, he raps things like, "First you snaked the game and sold to Young Buck. I was surprised he knew who I was. You know what I mean? You know, what up, Pat? That's somebody I would love to work with." And then throws in another jab about Lloyd Banks, music, wanting time off when his father passed away. According to Pap, that situation showed how music 50 treated his own circle, and he kept pressing that angle through the verse. Just like his earlier freestyle over the Mini Men beat, Pap also doubled down on that Eminem talk again. He rapped, "Music, you ain't this Eminem, you're slave master, you are a joke," which immediately had social media raising eyebrows. And that wasn't the only recycled angle either. Music, because the track also brings back the usual claims about the Murder Incorporated era. Music, the rumors about Diddy and 50's baby mama, and even the old rat. Accusations again. Pap even tossed in a new claim accusing 50 of hiding. Music, herpes, and another line suggesting YouTubers are secretly working for. Music, 50 Cent reactions online are mixed, though with some people saying the beat just doesn't hit hard enough for a real music diss track. Some listeners even said a disc should either sound brutal or at least be funny. And right, music. Now, the track feels stuck in the middle. The thing I would say about him, I would be uncomfortable being his friend. Oh, music, yeah, you know, and however he feels about whatever people say about him, it is what it is. There's a large amount of people that he was once close to that he's no longer close to. We have our ticket to do it. Do something else. Do something else. That's IT. That's all we want. Do something else. Holy __. The same pattern we saw when T and his family started throwing shots is still happening here. Even Papoose is repeating some of the same talking points from the disc he dropped. Music, just days earlier, almost bar for bar in certain parts. Outside of that herpes jab, a lot of the angles feel familiar. And even the claim about 50 falling out with everyone was already being discussed on the Pivot podcast. Music, just hours before this track landed. At this point, you could almost write a checklist for every diss song aimed at 50 since this drama kicked off. First, question the story about him getting shot 9 times. Do something else. Holy __. Then say he never disses white people, music, and ask why he's never gone at Eminem. After that, find another creative way to say you're upset about the Diddy documentary while bringing up the situation involving Daphne Joy and Diddy. And it keeps rolling the same way every time. Music, say 50 falls out with everybody. Mention the tension with his son. Call him a rat. Claim he lost against Murder Incorporated and bring up old rivals from the past. And just like that, the same script shows up again in T and Family's disc, Mayo's track, Papoose's records, music, and even Fabulous getting pulled into the conversation. And at least in Fabulous case, he tried to dress it up with some slick power-style wordplay. But even then, a lot of the talking points still sounded like the same things everybody else has been repeating in these diss tracks. Different delivery, music, same angles. Now, before we get into why Papoose seems extra heated about how 50 has been treating him since all this started, social media has already been having a field day with the situation. One user joked, "He telling a lot of stories y'all will never hear if you don't be in New York City, all tapped in. Is getting wicked outside for Curtis. Heat. Hey, Heat. Music, damn. Music, but if you have been following this whole 50 Cent versus the industry storyline over the last few months, music, that take had people laughing hard. Music, I knew he's going to have some fun. This tonight, I know he's going to have some fun. Music, yeah. See, I got the champ with me. Chris in case one of you stacked up. I'm you up. Oh my God. Now we just around. We going to have a good time this tonight. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Oh yeah. Now I ain't going to hold you. 50 Cent could have been in the NFL. The defensive end, which was CS, tried to cut 50 Cent off with a low-ass out position. 50 Cent's swift forward move made her standing at attention. This man curve game, so serious he dodged the bullet right here. At this very moment, CS tried to hit the Megan Thee Stallion, but her knees wouldn't take her through there. As she grinned goofy and hard in defensive mode, 50 Cent strategically plans to cut through. This is when CS starts looking at the baller with her peripheral. 50 Cent leans with his left shoulder, then twists his body and slides with his right foot and switches back to his left shoulder and surpasses the linebacker. CS laughs after being defeated and with embarrassment looks down at her phone. She looks back up wondering if anybody else saw her get curved. "Oh no, shall I go on?" One comment said, "Cut the crap. He's just recycling the same stuff everyone's been saying for years." Another one, music, added, same recycled social media chatter with laughing emojis everywhere. "Oh man, I can't say it's come close, but I actually did meet Eminem before. You know what I'm saying? I met him at when we did the BET performance. And, just being a fan of his lyricism, music, I was surprised he knew who I was. You know what I mean? Yo, what up, Pat? That's somebody I would love to work with." Yeah, 'cause Eminem reached out to music like when he do albums. I always buy all his albums. You know what I mean? I make sure I buy him, and I notice that he just reach out to random artists and be like, "Yo, I want you on this hook, music, or I want," and it don't have to be a big artist, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, "Yo, man," I'll be just, "My phone is open, brother." I have to get that call. Laughter. And then things got even funnier when people started pulling up receipts explaining why Papoose might be this. Fired up. One viral post joked, "Now I see why Papoose is mad." 50 Cent dropped Remy off in the custom Bentley while he had to Uber. And if you thought the drama stopped with Remy Ma, not quite. Some fans even brought up boxing champion Clarissa Shields, pointing out old posts where she was openly showing love to 50 before everything went left. Music. And to be fair, there's a lot of old footage floating around that might explain why people think Papoose music sound a little bitter toward 50 Cent. Years ago, Pap was openly talking about wanting a dream collaboration with 50 Music. That clip has been resurfacing again, and some fans say it must sting a little when you consider that many hip-hop heads actually rate Papoose as the stronger lyricist. But despite all that lyrical respect, 50 ended up music with the bigger career, the bigger platform, and all the rewards that come with it. Meanwhile, online, jokes have started labeling Papoose with the nickname homosexual, and social media has been running with that narrative heavy. Then, there is the Remy Ma situation, which people say might go deeper than fans realize. Some reports claim Papoose had issues with the relationship between Remy and 50 for years. The story goes that he didn't want her signing with Gunnet, and when 50 wanted her involved with Power, that move reportedly got blocked. If those rumors carry any truth, then people are now saying Clarissa Shields might be the latest name pulled into the tension. And when you look at the bigger pattern, a lot of the people who later clashed with 50 were artists he actually helped at one point. Fans online started listing examples quickly. They pointed out that 50 took Jim Jones on tour, brought Fabulous on one of his early tours, and helped Mayo secure his first deal. Even when Fat Joe was pressing Papoose years ago, Pat reportedly went to 50 who was promoting his music and even considered signing him. A similar moment happened just days ago with Lil Scrappy. In a video discussing T.I. versus 50, Scrappy gave 50 major credit for helping shape his career. But after giving all that praise, he still tried to stay neutral and said he would rather see the situation settle with a verse instead of more drama. Some users took that clip as Lil Scrappy quietly picking a side, because in that same video, Scrappy himself admitted that 50 Cent did a lot for him early in his career. Meanwhile, the only thing people pointed out about T.I. was simply that he was from Atlanta, like Scrappy. So now fans are saying if 50 ever feels a way about that situation later, guess who people are going to blame as the villain again? Another topic that keeps popping up in these disc records is the constant push for 50 to somehow fall out with Eminem. Eminem and you on tour. Would that ever happen? You think? Well, shoot. I would go if it was his tour. It wouldn't even matter. Like, I love him. That's my heart. Like, I put him right behind my grandmother. Wow. Damn is your guy. Yeah, because he did the most for me without having to do. He provided the opportunity when I needed it the most, and all I need is the opportunity, and I take from there. Yeah, I'm gone. And it was always, was interesting. Every time he speak to me, like he'll text me now, say, yo, when you do this, you just fire. Yo, you just bro, what are you doing? Like the TV sign, look like everything's yours, right? Like you going say things to me now. And I'm like, he's still the best rapper, man. He goes in, he's still the best rapper. And you look and you go, and that's when I said people only separation is passions. Music, that's his passion. See that? You can't even move in with money. Just got on to do it. No, he got a lot of money. A lot of money, bro. No, but what I'm talking about is when I'm doing 13 million on Give, he was doing 22 million on Marshall. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was like the reason why I knew there was room to go further, because Get Bigger is because his project was their fun. Mine's my debuting album, like the largest debuting album, like since Snoop's Ghost Like This. Is why I would look at Snoop when you said, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But music, the other artists that are there, they not even comparable in front. You could delay her after the fact. You can come and say, yo, this was not when mine was like this, and their fans will argue that they're good why they was there. But it didn't impact the because you were getting called out by everybody. The game, like everybody was like it was really just like, But even the call out goes further, right, than they're supposed to call him. The argument, music, usually circles back to the idea that Eminem is white, even though neither side has shown any real issue with each other. A lot of users online are clearly tired of hearing that angle repeated again and again. Music. One comment summed it up perfectly, saying the slave line is getting really old and the obsession with race is getting tiring. Another user added that every time people see a strong friendship between a black artist and a white artist, some critics, music, instantly try to twist it into a slave master narrative. Others pointed out that music, 50 Cent, doesn't even need Eminem in that sense anymore. As one fan wrote, 50 is big enough, music, to stand on his own feet, but there's real love and respect between them. People even brought up how Eminem reportedly agreed to perform at the Super Bowl only if 50 was included in the lineup. And 50 himself has said many times that Eminem already gave him the opportunity he needed early in his career. After that moment, music, 50 built his own lane and didn't rely on anyone to keep winning. On a side note, some fans also revisited the old fallout between 50 and Lloyd Banks. In his own book, 50 explained that he believed Banks had superstar potential, but didn't fully push himself. According music to 50, it wasn't hate at all. It was more frustration and disappointment about talent not being used the right way. And of course, 50 couldn't resist reacting to these latest diss tracks online. On Instagram, he joked, I asked ChatGPT who's better than me. It said nobody, so I'm gonna run with that. I'm the algorithm. Check out my channel. Then just hours later, he posted again, bragging about pulling 10 million views in under 24 hours and laughing. Ask Max Music about me, the algorithm. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you subscribe to DripZen, like the video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share it with someone who follows hip-hop drama. And if you want to help a small creator grow, tap that hype button on the video too.